Alright, back out again, back at South Mountain. I'm doing the Desert Foothills loop, plus a little bit extra. I did not start at the trailhead that is listed. I was up a little ways, so that'll probably add another mile to 2 onto this hike. It was supposed to be 3.9 miles and about 600 feet of elevation. So I don't know what it will end up being, but taking this little side quest to get there is going to probably add at least a mile or 2 total. Weather's beautiful, sunny, probably low 70s. Nice day out. I figured because there's not a whole lot of elevation, I can talk a little bit too about kind of what I'm looking forward to and what I'm not looking forward to with the Arizona Trail. So the first thing that I am looking forward to is all the different ecosystems. It's so diverse. You know, you have the desert. You have the forests up in Flagstaff area, up in that way. It's very diverse, so it'll be interesting to see all of the different wildlife, all the different flowers and cacti. So that'll be, different for me, interesting. So that's kind of the first thing that I am looking forward to. I'll add a couple more things on as I'm going. I'll give you some views along the way also. Had a bunny rabbit in the trail, but it ran off. Since I got you here, here's a view of the trail. One of the things I'm not looking forward to while on the trail is the water situation. Being desert, so you can imagine there's limited water supplies. So that means there's going to be some long water carries, and water weighs pounds, so extra pounds on your back is not a good thing. But I would rather be safe than sorry. And I use Far Out app, which lists all the water sources, if they're flowing or not. People can leave comments, so I know I'll be able to get water. It's just a matter of how nasty it is. So that's one of the things I'm not looking forward to. And keep you on so you can see the trail a little bit. It's right in the back of a residential area, so the views aren't the greatest. But it's a good distance for me. Alright, here's a view again. I was saying that this is this is the distance I was looking for. Elevation isn't too bad, so it will give me a chance to talk a little bit about the hike. So that's the nice thing about this one. All right, I'll give you a view a little further up as I go. Okay. Another thing that I'm looking forward to while on the Arizona Trail is the peace and quiet, just being out there in nature, enjoying the beauty of it, without all of the other background noise of everything in life. Not saying that you don't have worries on the trail. I mean, you still have to think about how many miles you got to go, how much water you have, when's the next water, food, where can I get food next. So you still have a lot of those logistics to worry about, but a lot of that stuff is somewhat in your control. If you feel good, you can put more miles on. If you're not feeling good, you can back off a little bit. It's just a matter of making sure that you have the food and water. All right, so the next thing that I'm not looking forward to while through hiking is some of those days are going to suck. You're going to be physically, mentally, emotionally just spent. You're going to be hurting. The weather's not going to be good. It's going to rain, it's going to snow, it's going to be cold, it's going to be hot. You're going to be drinking from cow ponds. And it happens. It's all part of the experience. As I say, embrace the suck. And don't quit on a bad day. Very fitting, because usually those bad days are followed up with a lot of good days. The bad days come and go. It's just when you're out there alone, it just at times makes it worse because you don't have anybody to whine to. You just have to whine to yourself. And I do plan on videoing the good and the bad. It's not all gonna be great views and beautiful hiking and I'm gonna be feeling wonderful. There's gonna be times where it's not gonna be a whole lot of fun, and you'll see all of that. But that's another thing that I'm not looking forward to while through hiking the Arizona Trail. And I'll give you a view of this trail for a little bit. This trail is pretty decent. It's not as rocky as a lot of them. A little wider. It's a lot of bike traffic on this one. So you can see that the trail is pretty well groomed out. Okay. Another thing that I'm going to be looking forward to while hiking the Arizona Trail is the hiking community. You know, the Arizona Trail isn't, you know, as widely known or hiked as the AT or the PCT or even the CDT, but there are enough people that do hike it, that you run into other people while doing it, and the hiking community is a very close group of people. I mean, we're all out for the same reason. We love nature, we love being out in it, and we help each other out. If it's just through support or sharing a little water or food if someone else needs it. Just that, the camaraderie that goes along with hiking a trail like that. That's the next thing I'm looking forward to while doing it. Alright, so here is a view from one of the higher points of the climb. So looking south over towards Guadalupe, coming around west, north we got the towers, east, and then coming back around to the south again. I'll film this little portion here while we're heading up, and I'll talk about the next thing that I'm not looking forward to. It's kind of more of a disappointment, but I've never been to the Grand Canyon, and I was so looking forward to that experience of hiking, you know, rim to rim and seeing the iconic lodge on the north rim and all of that history that goes along with that whole area. And because of the fire this past year that destroyed most of that, you know, the lodge is gone. A lot of those other structures up there are gone. The trail heading out of the canyon is closed, heading north, and there's a lot of uncertainty as to what's going to happen. You know, you can get down into the canyon, but then you'd have to hike back out. They're going to reassess it this spring while I'm on the trail, so hopefully there'll be some news, and hopefully good news, that we can get through up the north rim and continue on. If not, there is the option of the Hayduke Trail, which is a lot more remote and unmaintained, and it requires hitching a shuttle across the Colorado River from a rafter. And there's some sketchy areas on that trail, so I, at this point, you know, if it comes down to me doing it myself, I will probably opt out of that option. If there's other people that are doing it and I can be with other people, I'd probably feel better. If not, you know, if I do make it that far, I'm gonna find a way. If I have to hike down into the canyon and then hike right back out and then take a shuttle around so I can finish, that's what I'll do. But yeah, it's not gonna stop me. It's just kind of disappointing, all that history that was destroyed in the fire. But I will still do it. I will still love it. And the beauty of the Grand Canyon is going to be there for me to admire. All right, a little higher up here. Again, here looking south. Swinging around to the west, heading up that hill there. Heading north, all the towers, and then looking off to the east. Hazy, beautiful day. Alright, I'll give you a view while I talk about probably the last thing I'll talk about. The other thing that I am not looking forward to is, sure, there's a lot of fears that go into it. Some of probably the bigger ones are, running out of water, running out of food, getting hurt. But for the most part, those I can all, I've done everything I can to prepare. I have, the capacity to carry 6 liters of water, which should be more than enough. And I'd rather carry too much from the start than to run out. So I'm going to be carrying a lot of water until I kind of get dialed in how much I go through and how much I need. Same with food. I'm going to probably carry too much from the start, but as I get further along in the trail, I'm going to learn how much I go through and what I need. If I get hurt, I do have the satellite Garmin, so I can get help if I have to, if it's that bad. So I've done everything I can to mitigate those things, but probably what I'm mostly afraid of is not finishing. I set goals for myself and finish doing this complete hike. Mexico to Utah, 800 miles is my goal. I don't have to do it in any special time. I kind of have 45 to 60 days in my head. But if it takes me a little bit longer, it takes me a little bit longer. I just want to do it and finish it. I would be devastated if I didn't finish it. All the work I put in training for this. I want to see it to the end. I can add one more positive thing. One more thing I'm looking forward to is going on the line of food. I've been a lot more careful with my eating. Eating healthier, cutting out sweets. Haven't had sodas in months. Haven't had candy or sweets in months and months. Once I'm on trail, I can eat whatever I want. And I'll probably be having to eat a lot more of the candies and drinking a soda when I get to town, just for pure calories standpoint. And that's okay, because chances are I'm going to lose some weight along that. And even with me eating whatever I want, how much I want, I'm probably still going to lose weight. So that's one thing I guess I can be looking forward to. Alright, well, almost done with this climb here. I think this is my turn off here. Alright, well, I will give you an update along the way. Alright, so here is a view of the descent going down. Don't forget, if you're watching this on Instagram or Facebook. You might want to subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Wanderbobphx, all one word. All of the videos for the actual hike are going to be just posted over there. So subscribe over there and you will get all of the newest videos of the Arizona Trail. Alright, all finished for today, back at the trailhead. Ended today with 6.51 miles, with 761 feet of elevation. And I did it in 2 hours and 19 minutes. Those numbers are skewed though, because again, there was probably at least a half-mile section that All Trails just failed to record. But it was still a good day, good hike. Yeah, we'll be doing it again. Talk to you later.